Yo internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Jongravesshow. I have a lot of news articles to jump in today, and I'm gonna actually try and pop out about like 6 or 7 articles, just kind of shotgun them and sort of see where things go. So let's jump right in. Let's jump right into this. All right. Recently, news has come out about the brand new Ataribox, which basically is supposed to be a full PC experience for your TV, and it does exactly what you think it is. Think it does. It gives you streaming, gives you movies, gives you the wonderful PC gaming experience, and it's by obviously Atari. People heard about this, I believe, back in July, and they were pretty interested in it to see where it was gonna go. But you know, like, since this is a crowd-funded system, you kind of know where this is going to go. You know, it's basically running Linux. Linux, so basically for the Atari games in which that they do have preset on it, along with some of the other games that are supposed to be like modern everyday games. You have your Linux system to kind of go in and switch things around and put games on or take them off and do basically whatever you want with that. However, the thing that's kind of making this not look so good is the fact that it is an AMD system and it does have a Radeon processor in it. Well, that's not necessarily the bad thing. The bad thing is that it's around $250 to $300, which is the same price as a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One, or at the very least their base models. So technically you think about that and it's like, well, yeah, I could just get a PlayStation 4 or an Xbox One and just do the exact same thing and get better games and get a better streaming service using those exact same things, which does kind of make you worry. Truth be told, I do kind of look at this thing as DOA, dead on arrival. So yeah, keep that in mind. Telltale's Batman Enemy Within episode 2 trailer has just came out. They've actually given us like a full-on trailer for that, and basically the main reveal of this one is that Harley Quinn is in the game, rocking, I believe a certain rendition of her Batman of the Injustice costume with a bob haircut, you know, and some pretty cool face paint. So big ups to that. But basically, I believe that the game is supposed to continue with the pact, and they're doing way more, or at least like they're trying to kind of lead into like this whole thing of John Doe, in this case we know as the Joker, is supposed to be is basically a conniving enemy who basically Bruce has to put 100% of his Batman time into so that he can take care of him. Or basically that's kind of where we believe that this is going, because this is Batman and the Joker. We know the end game, but the execution is getting really interesting. So there's that. Expect to see this October 3rd. I'm gonna have to read a lot of this one, but basically the One Punch Man original director and studio will not make One Punch Man. Apparently, Studio Madhouse and also Shingo Natsume, they're not gonna be necessarily getting their hands in the second season, which they did do a wonderful job with the first season, and I really love the first intro, ending, actually just about everything about it. I really liked how that they adapted everything, like using their art skills and all their directive talents and everything. So that was amazing. However, the second season is falling into the hands of Chikara Sakurai, and also the JC staff. You know, the people who made Toradora and Food Wars. So basically, they will animate season 2. All of the original voice actors will be reprising their roles, so there's no change in that. However, Yoshikazu Iwanami will be replacing Soji Hata as the sound director, and Makoto Miyazaki will be returning to comprise the music. And also, of course, the director No, wait, that's not the director. That's somebody else. Sorry, I saw the first name. But Chikashi Kobata will be handling the character design. So hopefully season 2 will be pretty good. I mean, based on what the article's saying, it's saying that season 2 of One Punch Man went into production earlier this year. So most likely we might not see this until maybe like early next year, possibly this year. I mean, like late this year. But then again, since that it went to production this year, we might not see that until next year. So there's also a very interesting article about an abandoned Xbox smartwatch, which was allegedly supposed to be revealed back in 2015, and they went into, or at least like the rumored development of it started back in 2013. You know, but basically we kind of saw a very different thing of what or at least what Microsoft was planning to put out back when the Xbox One came out. So, you know, everything kind of turned out just a little bit differently. Now, as for how the watch looks and basically its functions, it was technically supposed to be just like a Fitbit, you know, where basically it checks your heart rate, it checks, so like it could, while also having the ability to connect to tablets and other like PC related devices, which technically, I believe that the reason why that it had that look and the reason why it had those features, it was because of the Xbox Fitness app, you know, to sort of kind of keep everybody fit and everything, you know, very similar to the Wii balance board, you know, in a sense. But but I'm not necessarily too sure about that. But on to the next story. An interesting video game news, or in this case board game news, the official Resident Evil 2 board game is being made. Essentially, it's being made by the exact same people, Steamforged, who made the Dark Souls board game, and basically they're taking the entire game of Resident Evil 2, turning it into a board game, and your goal is to escape Raccoon City. It's a four-player game where basically you have to conserve ammunition and break out, say like, and try and again leave Raccoon City before that nuke comes. So that's what you're planning on doing. The game, like with it popping up upon Kickstarter, like it already has like over 3,000 backers and already has about like 300 grand in donations. So that's already good. Well, since that today is the 29th, they have about 22 more days, man, to get way more backers in there and get people who are actually interested in this game. I'm actually interested in it because I do kind of wonder how a board game version of Resident Evil will necessarily work out in the end, and I do wonder if they're like, well, of course you have Leon, Claire, Sherry, and Ada, but I do wonder if they did throw in the characters from Resident Evil 3 also as playable pieces, or better yet, even the villains. You know, because it would be nice, man, to play as Chief Irons. So that would be fun. Also, on top of that, The Last of Us Part 2 new poster actually contains some hidden secrets. Well, or basically they're not hidden secrets. It was technically more or less the fact of that it's a pretty cool picture about that came out about Outbreak Day, which I believe that the last one was supposed to have been Ellie's arm gripping like her little pocket knife in a forest with like butterflies and plants like growing around her arm. This year we kind of have a male's arm holding a hammer, or supposedly male's arm holding a hammer as a car burns the background, and they're using dark colors. Also, on top of that too, was like people also have pointed out that the if you look at the burning car, it looks like a wolf's nose and whatnot, and actually kind of forms a wolf's head, which is actually pretty nice. You know, if also they're also saying that based on the pictures of the forest and everything, that it's supposed to take place like in the Northwest, which come to think of it, I kind of would say so, because that is where the first Last of Us ended, you know, and that's kind of where like that trailer sort of left us off at, you know. But as far as what does this necessarily mean, a lot of people, they are insinuating that the man's arm is Joel. We don't necessarily know that. I mean, as far as we know, it could just be like a random enemy, or it could be the villain. Like, we don't know. But as far as what it does look like, it looks really interesting. So that's what the article is telling us. So those were the articles of today. Please tell me what you think about these down there in the comment section. I will catch you on the next John Graves Show. Please keep watching anime, keep playing video games, and I will see you next time. I'm out.